Today was probably the most enjoyable day I've had in Jiu-Jitsu since I started. What happened was today's Sunday, so our school was, we typically have open mats in the morning, which means there's no instructional. You just go and do whatever you train. You train whatever you want, mostly just live rounds of sparring. People can come from different schools. Not everybody's from our school. And today is Easter Sunday, so our school was closed, but I was able to find a different school about half an hour away, slightly larger, and went there to their open mat. And I'd never been at this school before, and I had never met anybody there. I never trained with anybody that I trained with there. And this isn't the first time that I've gone to open mats at other schools. Our school sometimes does it. We have a sister school, or there have been other times when our school's been closed and I went and trained somewhere else, or when I'm traveling. Generally, I always enjoy the experience, but I'm always nervous at the start. It's a new place, new faces, kind of like being the new kid at school. And I felt that today as well. But as soon as I started training, I just started to feel good. And as I got into it, I noticed that I had this smile on my face as I was training, like in the middle of training. Just like a spontaneous smile. And the reason I was smiling was because it felt so good to move. And it's, so the reason today was the most enjoyable day I've had in Jiu-Jitsu is because I had the most fun moving that I've ever had. I was more in touch with, I was the most in touch with my enjoyment of the movement that I've ever been. And so that was great. It just I was relaxed. Generally speaking, everybody I trained with was better than me. Maybe actually more than half the people, it was probably 50-50. It was probably 50-50. The other thing that was really enjoyable was I got to see how much better I've gotten. And I trained with some people 1 or 2 levels above me who I thought I was as good as or even better than. So that felt good. And I just I felt confident. I felt relaxed. I felt confident. I was enjoying myself. I spent as much time on bottom as I did on top, probably more. But even when I was on bottom, I enjoyed myself, and I was, just like working on my defense and enjoying having good defense. It was like just a wonderful experience. I did a good job walking around and asking other people to train, because when you're generally, people are not the best at that. I think that's just a common trait, whether you're at like a high school dance or you're at open mats, in jiu-jitsu. Like, people are shy just in general. And if you're at a different school where you don't belong as a member, and people don't know you, there's a good chance they're not going to ask you to train, because people gravitate to the people that they know. So you know, you really have to be proactive when you go to other schools and asking people to train. So I did a good job with that. You know, I asked, you know, generally people better than me, which isn't hard. I mean, I'm still at the lowest belt level, but just it was like a magical experience. You know, I noticed that smile on my face, and then from then, once I noticed it, I kept it on my face. Then it became a conscious thing, and I said, I'm just going to keep smiling, and it feels good, which is also cool because we have a guy in our school who's now a black belt, and he's always smiling when he trains, and you know, he says, well, you know, it's more enjoyable for obvious reasons, and you learn more when you're smiling. That's what he says. So today, I think I got to feel a little bit like him, which is, you know, good because I want to be more like him. So yeah, it was just a really nice, wonderful day. I was proud of my effort. I was glad to get a chance to train, and you know, I mean, I had to go half an hour out of my way to do it, and I was glad that I put in the effort.